My parents gave my sister a villa and left me with an empty parking lot. But when I turned it into a business, they wanted a cut. Liam's parents gave his sister a luxurious villa, but left him with nothing but a cracked, empty parking lot. While everyone laughed, he turned that pavement into a booming business. Suddenly, the same family that ignored him came crawling back, demanding a share. But Liam had one powerful answer: no. This is a gripping story of betrayal, revenge, and building an empire from nothing. When the lawyer opened the envelope, my heart pounded. I wasn't expecting a fortune, but I assumed I'd get something meaningful. My sister Vanessa sat beside me, dabbing tears with a silk handkerchief, even though we both knew she hadn't called our parents in months. The lawyer read aloud. To our beloved daughter Vanessa, we leave the family villa in Marbella, along with the summer house in Lake Como. Vanessa gasped theatrically, placing her hand on her chest. And to our son Liam, the lawyer continued, we leave the empty parking lot adjacent to the city stadium. Silence. I blinked. That? What? Vanessa smirked behind her tissue. Well, I suppose some people have a knack for asphalt. I didn't speak. I just nodded, trying to keep the rage from burning through my skin. I had always been the reliable child, the one who showed up, who paid their medical bills, who celebrated birthdays even when they forgot mine. Vanessa had charm, yes, but she also had a tendency to disappear when things got hard. And yet, she got the villa. I got the parking lot, a patch of cracked concrete behind a stadium. At first, I stared at the lot and saw nothing. Just weeds sprouting from the cracks, a few empty beer bottles, and an old chain-link fence. But the stadium was busy. Every weekend, the lot across the street was full. Cars double-parked. People circled for blocks. And I had a space. That's when the idea came. I borrowed $5,000, every last cent of my savings, and cleaned up the lot. I fixed the fence, painted fresh lines, put up a new sign. Stadium Premier Parking, $20. I paid a guy named Rico to watch the cars on event days. The first weekend, we had 20 cars. The second weekend, 50. By the end of the month, we were turning people away. So I bought the adjacent lot. Then another. Within 6 months, I was running 3 lots and grossing more than $15,000 a month. I named it L3 Parking after my initials. People laughed when I said I owned parking lots. But they stopped laughing when I bought a Tesla. It started small. A phone call from mom. Hi, honey, just checking in. How's your little parking thing going? Little. I told her revenue was up, and I was hiring 2 employees. She sounded impressed, too impressed. A week later, I got an email from Vanessa. Hey, Liam. Long time. We should catch up. Maybe at my place? She attached photos of the villa. Marble floors. An infinity pool. It must have cost millions to maintain. I heard you're doing really well, she wrote. I ignored it, until she showed up at one of the lots, dressed like she was heading to a yacht party. Wow, she said, glancing around. So this is where the magic happens. I gave her a tight smile. What do you want, Vanessa? She pouted. Can I visit my brother? No. She paused, then laughed. Okay, fine. I was wondering. I have some friends in commercial real estate. Maybe we could partner? Like, family synergy? I raised an eyebrow. You mean you want to cut? She shrugged. You got the lot in the will. But mom and dad gave it to you, not the business. That's fair game, right? I walked away. A month later, I got a letter from my parents' lawyer. It read, per the terms of the will, the land was gifted for personal use. Monetization of the property may constitute a breach of intent. As such, the family requests renegotiation or revenue sharing to reflect original intentions. I couldn't believe it. They gave me a concrete lot while my sister got a literal villa, and now they wanted me to share because I had the audacity to turn it into something valuable. I hired my own lawyer. Her name was Dana, and she was fierce. The will doesn't restrict commercial use, she said after reviewing the documents. They gave you the land. It's yours. Still, they pushed. They tried to frame it as betrayal. We gave you that lot to build something modest, my mother said over the phone. Not exploit it. Exploit it? You exploited me for 30 years, I snapped. Now you're mad I built something without you? Word spread. The local news did a piece on the parking lot king, who turned pavement into profit. They loved the angle. The underdog son, passed over in a wealthy family, who turned scraps into gold. Investors started calling. A city council member suggested we expand into other neighborhoods. Dana helped me set up an LLC and prepare for a pitch round. One investor asked me, what's your biggest motivation? Proving them wrong, I said simply. I bought new shoes, hired better staff, turned one of the smaller lots into a charging station for EVs. Meanwhile, Vanessa's villa started to crumble, literally. She emailed me photos of mold in the basement and asked if I knew a contractor. I didn't reply. She called again. Come on, Liam, we're family. No, I said. We were family until you tried to sue me for succeeding. On the 1-year anniversary of L3 parking, I hosted a small party. Rico, my first hire, was now the operations manager. Dana was there, sipping wine. We laughed, danced, celebrated. Then, unexpectedly, my father showed up. He looked older, smaller. Son, he said, I came to say, I underestimated you. I waited. We thought you'd just hold the lot until we sold it. We never imagined. He looked around. You did all this? Yes, I said. He paused. Your mother and I, we were wondering if we could invest. I smiled politely. You already did, when you gave me that empty space. But, I held up my hand. The answer is no. You gave me nothing, and I turned it into everything. That's mine now. He nodded slowly. I understand. As he walked away, I felt something like peace. Not forgiveness, not yet, but peace. Some inherit villas. Others inherit pavement. I chose to pave my own way.